Hello everyone, I am Dr. K. Annapurna, ECE Department, VFSTR deemed to be University, Vadlamudi. Our today's topic is power spectral density. The main objective of this class is to make you familiarize with the concept of power spectral density and its properties. By the end of this lecture, you can answer what is power spectral density and what are its properties, what is the relation between autocorrelation function and power spectral density, and what is the relation between input power spectral density and output power spectral density when a signal is given to linear time invariant system. Okay, what is power spectral density? Power spectral density means it represents the power present in a signal with respect to frequency. Suppose if you consider AM signal, so amplitude modulated signal, where is the power components? Suppose this is frequency and this is power. So at FC minus FM, FC plus FM. So at FC you have highest power and here side bands. Similarly on the negative side we use it to represent because it is even function. Okay, so the example for power spectral density is like this. So here we have considered AM signal, amplitude modulation signal. All of you know the power is present at FC, FC plus FM and FC minus FM, and maximum power is at FC. So it is represented with high amplitude. So for any signal where the power is with respect to frequency, that is at what frequency, what is the amount of power. So that will be given by power spectral density. Now let us see and we can define the power spectral density in two ways. The first one is power spectral density is equal to Fourier transform of autocorrelation function. This way we can define. And the second way, limit t tends to infinity 1 by 2t expectation of xt of omega whole square. Okay, where xt of omega is integral minus t to t x of t dt. Here x of t is the random process. So xt of omega means from minus t to t we are considering and we are adding all the values, and here this is expectation of modulus of xt of omega whole square. Okay, so in this way we define the power spectral density, and power spectral density is represented by Sxx of omega if the random process is x of t. That means if the random process is x of t, its power spectral density is defined as, its power spectral density is represented as Sxx of omega. Okay, next let us see the property. Power spectral density is always real and positive. Okay, how the power spectral density can be defined? Just now we have seen two ways of definitions. So the second way let us consider. So Sxx of omega is equal to limit t tends to infinity 1 by 2t into expectation of modulus of xt of omega whole square. Okay, so from this what you understand? Here it is modulus of square means always it is a positive value, right? Something whole square is there means inside the value even it is negative, whole square will make it positive. And what is expectation? So expectation of any random variable means each possible random variable is multiplied by its corresponding probability, right? So here all probability values are present in between 0 and 1. That is, probability is a non-negative value. So when two positive values or when two non-negative values are multiplied, the result is non-negative only. So it is always positive and real, because modulus of xt of omega whole square means it is xt of omega into xt star of omega, that is its complex conjugate. When you multiply a complex number with its conjugate, the resultant will be a real value. So if it is real value, expectation of a real value is real only. So in that way, we can say the power spectral density is always positive and real. Power spectral density at 0 frequency gives area under autocorrelation function. So what is the first definition of power spectral density? Sxx of omega is equal to, this is power spectral density. It is Fourier transform of autocorrelation function. So autocorrelation function usually we represent as Rxx of tau. Okay. What is the formula for this? Integral minus infinity to infinity Rxx of tau into e power minus j omega tau d tau. Now what is the statement at 0 frequency? So here omega is angular frequency, that is equal to 2 pi f. So if I substitute f equal to 0, so according to the statement at 0 frequency, here omega is angular frequency, that is equal to 2 pi f. Now at f equal to 0 means omega is also 0. So substitute omega equal to 0. So this is Sxx of 0 is equal to integral minus infinity to infinity Rxx of tau into e power minus j 0 tau d tau. Okay, what is e power 0? This becomes 1. This value becomes 1 because it is e power 0. So this is equal to integral minus infinity to infinity Rxx of tau d tau. Okay, we are integrating a function over the entire range means it gives the area under that function. So it is nothing but area under autocorrelation function. Okay, power spectral density of a real random process is an even function. So what do you mean by even function? That is, for omega and minus omega, it should give us same values. That is, Sxx of minus omega should be same as Sxx of omega. So according to this definition, Sxx of omega is equal to Fourier transform of autocorrelation function. So this is equal to integral minus infinity to infinity Rxx of tau into e power minus j omega tau d tau. Okay. Now if I substitute omega equal to minus omega, so replace omega with minus omega. What happens? Sxx of minus omega is equal to integral minus infinity to infinity Rxx of tau into e power j omega tau d tau. Okay. So here now if I replace tau with minus tau, what happens? Replace tau with minus tau. So Sxx of minus omega is equal to integral minus infinity to infinity Rxx of, in the place of tau I have to write minus tau into e power, there is tau means it becomes minus j omega tau d tau. And already you have seen the properties of autocorrelation function in the last unit. So autocorrelation function is an even function. That means Rxx of tau can be replaced by Rxx of tau. Rxx of minus tau can be replaced by Rxx of tau. So Rxx of tau into e power minus j omega tau d tau. So what it is? Actually it is the definition of power spectral density. So what we have proved, on the left hand side we have taken Sxx of minus omega, right hand side we got Sxx of omega. That means the power spectral density is even function. Next one, the area under power spectral density gives the time average of mean square value of a WSS random process. So area under power spectral density, that means integral minus infinity to infinity Sxx of omega, it should give us mean square value of a random process, average of mean square value of random process, that is expectation of x square of t, or we can say Rxx of 0. Okay, if I take Rxx of tau, what is the relation between autocorrelation function and power spectral density? They are Fourier transform pair. So if I want to write autocorrelation function, I have to write the inverse Fourier transform of power spectral density. Okay. Now at tau is equal to 0. So substitute tau is equal to 0. So what will you get? Rxx of 0 is equal to 1 by 2 pi integral minus infinity to infinity Sxx of omega into, if tau is 0, it is e power 0, that is 1. Okay. So what it is? It is area under power spectral density. So that is equal to what it is? Rxx of 0 means it is the average power. Already we know Rxx of tau is equal to the expectation of x of t into x of t plus tau. That means what is Rxx of 0? Expectation of x of t into x of t. That is nothing but expectation of x square of t. Right? So it is nothing but average power. So left hand side is average power. So if you consider the area under the power spectral density, it will give us the average power or Rxx of 0. And next one, if x of t is a WSS random process with power spectral density Sxx of omega, that is its power spectral density is Sxx of omega, then the power spectral density of derivative of x of t is omega square into Sxx of omega. That is, if the power spectral density of x of t is Sxx of omega, then the power spectral density of x dot of t, that is derivative of x of t, is omega square into Sxx of omega. Okay. So what is power spectral density? Sxx of omega is equal to limit tau tends to infinity 1 by 2 tau, limit tau tends to infinity 1 by 2 tau into expectation of xt of omega modulus square. Okay, this is the definition. What is xt of omega? Xt of omega is integral minus t to t x of t into e power x of t into e power minus j omega t dt. Right? Then what is xt dot of omega? So what is the derivative of this? So d by dt of integral minus t to t x of t e power minus j omega t dt. Okay, if I differentiate with respect to t, I will get minus j omega term because differentiation of e power minus j omega t with respect to t is minus j omega into the same thing. So minus j omega into the same thing will come, that is xt of omega. Okay, so here if I want Sxx of omega, that is x dot, that is derivative, then the definition will be changed to so here also derivative we write. So this time this is multiplied 2 times means what will you get? Minus j into minus j. So minus j into minus j means it is minus 1 because j square is minus 1, but anyway it is in modulus. So you will get omega square into Sxx of omega. This is the additional term. Actually minus omega square, but it is in modulus, so you will get omega square. So omega square times Sxx of omega. Power spectral density and autocorrelation function or Fourier transform pairs. Okay, yeah, let us consider Sxx of omega is equal to, according to this definition, limit tau tends to infinity 1 by 2 tau into expectation of xt of omega whole square. Okay, this is one of the definitions you know very well. And now what is xt of omega? So xt of omega is equal to integral minus t to t x of t into e power minus j omega t dt. Okay. Now let us substitute that. So Sxx of omega becomes limit tau tends to infinity 1 by 2 tau into expectation of xt of omega. So it is minus t to t x of t into e power minus j omega t dt, and its conjugate means minus t to t x of t e power j omega t dt. Okay, so Sxx of omega becomes limit tau tends to infinity 1 by 2 tau integral minus t to t. Here integration is linear operator, so we can combine them. Integral minus t to t expectation of, okay, for just to distinguish these two integrals I am taking different notations. So x of t1 into x of t into e power minus j omega t1 into e power j omega t dt1 dt. Okay. So this is equal to, what is this? This is the autocorrelation function. So limit tau tends to infinity 1 by 2 tau integral minus t to t integral minus t to t rxx of t comma t1 into e power minus j omega t1 minus t dt1 dt. Okay, this is the power spectral density. Now if we take the inverse Fourier transform of Sxx of omega, what is the inverse Fourier transform formula? 1 by 2 pi integral minus infinity to infinity Sxx of omega into e power j omega tau d omega. Okay, now replace this Sxx of omega here. So 1 by 2 pi integral minus infinity to infinity limit tau tends to infinity 1 by 2 tau integral minus t to t integral minus t to t rxx of t comma t1 comma anything we can write because it is just even function e power minus j omega t1 minus t dt1 dt. Okay, this is Sxx of omega into e power j omega tau d omega. Right? So this is equal to 1 by 2 pi limit tau tends to infinity 1 by 2 tau integral minus t to t integral minus t to t rxx of t comma t1 into 1 by 2 pi integral minus infinity to infinity, because integration is linear operator, so you can interchange also, e power minus j omega t1 minus t and here tau. So actually it is having positive means it should be written negative because already minus sign is taken out. So d omega dt dt1, right? So what it is? It is just 1 because inverse Fourier transform of, in the place of this here we are having 1 means this answer is 1, and one value, that is one integral value, if I take, that will give you the average autocorrelation function. So finally what you got, 1 by 2 tau integral minus t to t rxx of t comma t1. So from where we got this? When we take the inverse Fourier transform of power spectral density, we got the autocorrelation function. So hence it is proved that autocorrelation function and power spectral density are Fourier transform pair. How to check power spectral density validity? That is, if they have given the power spectral densities, how to check whether they are valid power spectral densities or not. So we no need to check all these properties, but two conditions need to be there, whether it is real and positive and whether it is even function or not. So these two conditions are sufficient to state whether the given power spectral density is valid or not. Now let us see some problems. Check whether the following functions are valid PSDs or not. So the first one is cos of 8 omega by 2 plus omega power 4. We all know omega can't be negative because it is representing the angular frequency. So it is always positive. And if you consider any value of omega, cos of this, whether it is giving negative or positive. So you have to consider that cos function For any omega, for any positive omega, whether it gives negative or not. What is cos pi? Cos pi is minus 1, right? That is when 8 omega is equal to pi, we can take the omega such that, so in that case what it becomes? Minus 1, negative. So it is not a valid PSD. Even one condition failed, it is not valid. And next see here, for any value of omega, because it is having a square and e power negative terms also, it results in positive only. For any value of positive omega, it is giving positive and it is real also. But is it even function? If I take omega equal to 1, for omega equal to 1, what its value? E power 0, because 1 minus 1 it becomes 0. But for omega equal to minus 1, what is its value? If I consider omega equal to minus 1, then e power minus 2 whole square, that is e power minus 4. These two are not same. That means it is not even function. So it is also a not valid function. And next one is this. So see, for any positive omega, is it giving positive or not? Definitely it will be positive, right? So, and it is also real. And what about the even function checking? If I put omega equal to 1, what is the answer? 1 by 1 plus 3 plus 3, that is 1 by 7. If I consider omega equal to minus 1, it should give us same answer. Whether it is giving or not, let us check. So minus 1 square means it is 1 by minus 1 power 6 means it is 1 plus 3 times omega square becomes 1. So it is 3 plus 3. So it is satisfying even condition also. That means this function is a valid PSD. Okay, when you have to check whether the given function is valid PSD or not means, for any real positive value of omega, because omega means it is angular frequency, it is always real and positive. So for any real and positive omega values, whether the answer is giving real and positive or not, that is the first condition we need to check. And the second condition is whether it is even function or not. That is for omega, whatever the value it is giving, for minus omega also it should give the same answer. Then the function is said to be even and power spectral density is even function. So if it satisfies both the conditions, we can declare it is a valid PSD. And next, bandwidth of the power spectral density. So how to calculate the bandwidth of the power spectral density means, actually there are two types of power spectral densities. The first one is baseband process. So baseband process means all the spectral components will be present around the horizon like this. Okay. Here if we observe, all spectral components or all power components are allocated around the horizon. So such type of random process is called baseband random process. So for this, what is the bandwidth means? This is the bandwidth and it is represented by omega square RMS. And the formula is integral minus infinity to infinity omega square into Sxx of omega d omega by integral minus infinity to infinity Sxx of omega d omega. So this is the bandwidth of the baseband random process. Now let us see the next type of process, that is band pass random process. So band pass random process means its spectral components are not allocated at the origin. They are somewhere. So for example, somewhere at other places, not at the origin. And this is called the mean value, and this is called the bandwidth. Similarly, the same will be replicated on the other side also, because it is even function. Okay, so this is minus omega naught bar, and here what is omega naught bar? This is the mean value, and this is equal to integral minus infinity to infinity omega square into s xx of omega by d omega by integral minus infinity to infinity s xx of omega d omega. And what is the bandwidth? So that is equal to integral minus infinity to infinity omega minus omega naught whole square into s xx of omega d omega 4 times by integral minus infinity to infinity s xx of omega d omega. Okay, this is how to find the bandwidth of both baseband random process and bandpass random process. Now let us see some problems. A random process x of t whose mean value is 2, that is x bar is 2, and autocorrelation function is, that is r xx of tau is equal to 4 into e power minus 2 mod tau, applied to a system whose transfer function is, that is h of omega is equal to 1 by 2 plus j omega. Find mean value, autocorrelation, power spectral density and average power of the output signal. That is, we need to find mean value of the output, autocorrelation. Generally x is input and y is output. So x of t is the input random process and y of t is the output random process, and the system transfer function is represented as h of omega. Autocorrelation, power spectral density, so s y of omega, and average power. So these 4 things we need to find. So how to calculate? What is the relation between input power and output power? Mean square values we have derived in the last class. Okay, first let us find the input power spectral density. So s xx of omega is equal to, it is Fourier transform of autocorrelation function of the input. So integral minus infinity to infinity r xx of tau e power minus j omega tau d tau. Okay, so this is equal to integral minus infinity to infinity 4 e power minus 2 mod tau e power minus j omega tau d tau. Already we know for this what is the Fourier transform. It is 16 by 4 plus omega square. Okay, this is the input power spectral density. Once you know the input power spectral density, how to find the output power spectral density? So, Syy of omega is equal to modulus of h of omega whole square into Sxx of omega. 2 plus j omega into 4 plus omega square. So this is equal to 16 by 4 plus omega square whole square. And what is the mean value of the output? In the last class we have seen y bar is equal to x bar into h of 0. So what is x bar? 2, and h of 0 means at the place of omega you substitute 0, so it is 1 by 2. So this becomes 1. So mean value is found, power spectral density is found. Next, autocorrelation function. So how to find the autocorrelation function? So Ryy of tau is equal to inverse Fourier transform of Syy of omega. So what is the inverse Fourier transform for this function? 4t e power minus 2 mod t, or 4 tau into e power. And what is the average power? Output power means it is nothing but Ryy of 0. So what is Ryy of tau you got? This one. So at tau is equal to 0 means output power becomes 0. Okay. And what is the input power? At tau is equal to 0, only this term will be 1. So 4 will be there. But output power, there is multiplication of tau. So if you substitute tau is equal to 0, output power became 0. And next one, the autocorrelation function of a stationary random process x of t is 36 plus 16 by 1 plus 8 tau square. Find mean, mean square and variance of the process. Okay, here autocorrelation function is given. That means Rxx of tau is equal to 36 plus 16 by 1 plus 8 tau square. So from the properties of autocorrelation function, how to find the mean value? So mean value means limit tau tends to infinity Rxx of tau. So when I substitute tau is equal to infinity, this term becomes 0. So it is 36. That means x bar is equal to 6. And next, mean square value, that is m2, or expectation of x square of t. So from autocorrelation properties, it is nothing but Rxx of 0. That is, in the autocorrelation function, if you substitute tau is equal to 0, you will get the mean square value. So if I substitute tau is equal to 0, this term becomes 0. So denominator is just 1. So 16 by 1 means 16. 16 plus 36 means 52. And next, variance. So what is the formula for variance? Sigma x square is equal to m2 minus m1 square. So what is m2? 52 minus m1 square. So this is x bar square. It is nothing but m1 square. So m1 square is 36. So it is 16. So variance is 16. Mean, mean square and variance. Okay, relation between input and output power spectral densities. So output power spectral density means Syy of omega. Okay. So an input power spectral density means Sxx of omega. Now let us see the relation between these two. According to the definition, what is output power spectral density? It is Fourier transform of output autocorrelation function. That is Ryy of tau. So this is equal to integral minus infinity to infinity Ryy of tau into e power minus j omega tau d tau. Okay. So we know what is autocorrelation function. Here already we have known that autocorrelation function value integral minus infinity to infinity, integral minus infinity to infinity r xx of tau plus tau 1 minus tau 2 into h of tau 1, h of tau 2 d tau 1 d tau 2. This is output autocorrelation function into e power minus j omega tau d tau. Okay, so this is equal to, integration is linear operation, so we can separate or combine or interchange. So here I am writing integral minus infinity to infinity h of tau 1 into e power j omega tau 1. Actually this term is not there, I have added this, so I have to compensate that also. Integral minus infinity to infinity h of tau 2 into e power minus j omega tau 2 d tau 2. Here e power minus j omega tau 2 also I have added, so I have to compensate this. Integral minus infinity to infinity r xx of tau plus tau 1 minus tau 2 into, actually there is only e power minus j omega tau. Now I am writing tau plus tau 1 minus tau 2. See here, actually only e power minus j omega tau, but I have written e power minus j omega tau 1. Here I have written e power j omega tau 1, here I have written e power minus j omega tau 1, they get cancels. Similarly here I have written e power minus j omega tau 2, here it becomes e power plus j omega tau 2, they get cancels. D tau. The actual intention is r xx of whatever is there in the brackets, I have to write that in the exponential power, and to compensate that I have written tau 1 term here, tau 2 term here. So what is this? It is h star of omega, that is complex conjugate of the transfer function. What is h of tau 1? It is impulse response into this one is h of omega, and what is this? This is the input power spectral density Sxx of omega. So this is equal to modulus of h of omega whole square into Sxx of omega. That is output power spectral density is equal to modulus of h of omega whole square into Sxx of omega. This is the relation between input power spectral density and output power spectral density. And this is your assignment. These are the textbooks. I hope you understand. Thank you.